from Kitengela.
Well, since morning, we've been pitching tent in Kitengela. Remember that in the past occasions like this one, where commemorations or countrywide protests, Kitengela has actually always been on the news. And remember that high volatile protests have actually been witnessed here. And so, to that effect, we've seen heavy deployment of security apparatus since morning. And so, to that effect, we've also seen a couple of minutes ago, we saw the Inspector General of Police, Douglas accompanied by high-ranking police officers here. One of his deputies, Gilbert Masengeli. They have actually been here. They talked to us, speaking and addressing the nation, really saying that there is actually relative calm throughout the country. But we questioned why, especially entries into Nairobi. Those are roads. That's Mombasa Road, Waiyaki Way, Langata Road, and of course Thika Road. We've seen those actually the main entrance and exits into the CBD and Nairobi CBD. And so in the since morning, we've seen the barricading by the police officers, but they are defending that, saying that they had prior intelligence that criminal elements will be transported into the CBD, and so to just ensure that they avert a possible ugly situation where criminals normally infiltrate such noble causes like a protest, which actually enshrined in the Constitution. They had to employ and institute such measures to ensure that they avert those happenings early enough. And also the question of arresting of activists. Remember that yesterday Bob Njagi, and today we've seen one of the Longton brothers being arrested here in Kitengela. Remember, those were actually arrested in 2024. They spent 32 days in police custody. They were sort of abducted or arrested, but remember that they were never arraigned, and so to that effect, they say they were abducted. So one of the Longton brothers is also now under police custody at the Kitengela police station. He was arrested while taking his car to a mechanic, and remember that his elder brother, claims that this younger brother who has now been arrested was not in possession of a phone, and so he says that it's possible he was being trailed by the police. And so as we speak right now, the Kitengela 3 that were arrested in 2024, 2 of them are now under police custody. And so also he talked about just ensuring that the country is still calm. But remember that the police, of course the authority and the CS Interior yesterday were saying that these particular protests were actually notified early enough. But remember that also since morning we've seen tens of youth being arrested here in Kitengela and of course other parts of the country. But if my colleague Cosmas, let me just move the other side so that I could just talk to some of the youth here. You can see behind me, the police are still keeping vigil here. Karibuni sana tuweze kuzungumza hapa. Mmekuwa mkitaka kuzungumza tangia asubuhi. Karibia tafadhali. Tangu asubuhi tumeona mkiwa mkifika hapa. Eneo la Kitengela limejulikana kwa maandamano na kumekuwa na uharibifu. Unaona biashara zimeweza kufunga, uharibifu umekuwepo katika siku za awali. Nyinyi kama wakazi wa Kitengela, tangia asubuhi tumeona kumekuwa na utulivu. Kama wakazi wa Kitengela, wito wenu kwa vijana wenzenu ni upi?
Halo.
Utasema jina alafu tutasema halo baadaye.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Alex John. Mimi ni mkazi hapa Kitengela. Kwanza mimi hata ni kinyozi, niko na kinyozi hapa hivi. Sasa mimi kanaweza.
Umefungua leo?
Leo nilifungua ngware. Sasa ilifika masainengi magoons, kuna magoons fulani.
Masainengi nini?
Masaa zingine. Kuna magoons fulani walipita huko hivyo chini, wakamabeba hizi marungu na mafimbo. Unacheki? Na pia makarao wamefanya maandamano isikuwe yetu. Wamefanya maandamano ikuwe yao. Unaona? Sisi hata jana tulisema tutaenda huko hivyo chini huko kwa chief, twende tumwambie tunaenda huko study. Tulikuwa tuende study candle lighting, si ndio? Tulikuwa tuende candle lighting, wakaenda wakakataa. Unaona? Kwanza walitudanganya watatupea ruhusa mpaka tukapost. Asubuhi kuingia hivi ngware tunaambiwa hatuwezi ingia, wamekataa. Kukataa wamekuja wamejaa huku kila mahali wanauzia watu tension. Mimi Kenya naweza ambia vijana wako tu sawa, shida ni makarao. Makarao ndio wanatuzia uoga. Jo hata sasa wanafaa kuwa wameenda nyumbani, watu wache tufanye biashara.
Sawa wameweza kusikia. Asante sana, tupepe mwingine, tupatie mwingine nafasi na tukizungumza tutumie tu lugha ya kitaifa ambayo kila mtu anaweza kuelewa. Tafadhali. Jina lako, mkazi wa wapi, na pengine wito wako kwa wenzako na pengine wafanye biashara hapa, utulivu umeweza kushuhudiwa.
Na wasalimu wote, hamjambo.
Jambo.
Kwa majina ni Andrew Andy CJ, mkazi hapa Kitengela. Siku ya leo ilikuwa tu siku ya maandamano ya amani. Hakukuwa na furugu yoyote. Lakini sasa polisi wamefanya maandamano, inaonekana ni kama iko na vurugu na ni yao. Vijana hawakuwa na shida yoyote na hakuna mtu anakuwa alete shida, si ndio? Maandamano haikuwa na shida, lakini polisi wamejazwa kila mahali na wamewekea tension kila mtu. Kila sehemu kuuzia tension. Na hayo tu kwa sasa, na mbarikiwe.
Well, just listening in, remember that they have actually been talking since morning. They say that they were peaceful. They were sure that they will be led to commemorate the second anniversary of the Gen Z protest here in Kitengela, but they claim that the heavy deployment of security apparatus here is what led to this sort of tension here, where most of the business premises have remained under lock and key out of fear that whatever they underwent in the last spate of protests here, where their business or premises were looted, just to ensure that it doesn't repeat itself. And so we shall still be keeping an eye here to just bring our viewers to speed with the happenings here. But so far, so good, nothing to cause any fear or tension here in Kitengela.
Well, Alan, before I let you go, we understand that Bob Njagi was arrested yesterday and one of the Longton brothers today. Maybe have you had a chance to talk to a family member, or have you had a chance to visit the police station where they're being held?
Well, we visited the Kitengela police station, but of course, we could not access the police station. Remember that Bob Njagi was arrested yesterday, but his whereabouts remain unknown. But one of the Longton brothers, who is actually been arrested today, early today, is the only one that we can authoritatively report that is being held at the Kitengela police station, but not Bob Njagi, whose whereabouts remain unknown. But remember that we are reliably informed that the Law Society of Kenya representatives will be making their way into the Kitengela police station, and we shall be talking to them to maybe just listen on their part, because of course if they are coming to defend them, if they are actually their advocates, then they are better placed to maybe to authoritatively maybe brief us as to where the whereabouts of the two, the Longton brother and of course Bob Njagi, who was arrested yesterday. But remember that, as I told you earlier, that the police IG, that's Douglas Kanja, says that the arrests are actually following the intelligence reports, prior intelligence reports they received maybe yesterday or a day before. And so that's why they were arrested yesterday and today.
Well, thank you, Alan Ochanda from Kitengela. Now we cross over to Jogoo Road earlier on, where we had seen those scenes where police officers